All right, first and foremost, I want to say, call all Yahweh, Ba'ashema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, right? That's all praise to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? So, what I want to go into is, you see all these people on this, sign right here, right? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who we claim to be Israelites, right? Now, this is a question to all you apologists, all you Christians out there, right? Where's the prophecy about these so-called Hamites, right? Because that's what they believe. They either believe we're Cushites, Hamites, or Canaanites, right? The Hispanics, y'all think they're Spaniards, so y'all believe white people or Spaniards are Japhites. Where's the prophecy about the Japhites and the Hamites coming into realizing they're Israelites? Where's the prophecy about them now keeping the commandments and trying to be Israelites? Because when I read the Bible, I don't see that. The only place that I see anybody doing that is the Israelites. Right? Give me First Kings chapter 8, verse 47.
How you doing?
What's up, man? Hey, what's your nationality? What? Say it again? What's your father? No, I mean the race of your father. Hispanic? You Spanish or are you Hispanic? Like from Aztec? Spain? Oh, well, no, this ain't for you, man. This ain't for you, man. Have a bad day, right? But like I was saying, we're going to read this in 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 47. I want Deuteronomy 30 as well, right? When you read these prophecies or you read what Solomon said in 1 Kings, I only see one people doing that, right? And it's the people who we claim to be Israelites. I don't see anybody else doing that. So what I'm saying is, if we're Hamites or the Hispanics are Japhites through Spain, right? Where's the prophecy of them calling themselves Israelites? Where's the prophecy of them bethinking themselves? Because I read a prophecy about everything else. I read about America. I read about Asia. I read about Turkey. Pretty much every nation that's ever existed, you read a prophecy about or something concerning them, right? But I don't see any Hamites or Japhites coming back to God. I don't see that, right? So let's read this.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 47. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves.
Yeah, so bethink themselves. Bethink means to remember. In this context for the Hebrew word, it means to remember, to restore oneself, to turn back, right? So it said, yet if they bethink themselves, what?
In the land whither they be carried captive.
Now stop right there. In the land whither they be carried captives, right? So you hear Jewish people, right, or the small hats, they claim that they're waiting for the Messianic era or their Messiah. Now, here's what's problematic about that when you say that the Messiah hasn't come yet. That means you're in captivity. There's only 2 states an Israelite can be in. Hold that. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. There's only 2 states you can be in. I need Micah 2 and 13 in NLT. I need that in NLT. There's only 2 states an Israelite can be in. So read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
And deserve to do all his commandments. Go ahead.
Which I command thee this day. That the Lord thy God will set thee on high. Above all nations of the earth.
Your Lord will set thee above on high, above all the nations of the earth, right? What's up, sister? I see you pointing at the sign. You got any questions? Sister in the lavender jumpsuit. Nothing? All right. What's up? You got a question? What's your nationality, sister? It's what?
I'm Nigerian.
You're Nigerian? What tribe?
I'm Yoruba.
Yoruba? You said what? Yeah. Ephraimite, right? So have you heard of the Israelites?
Yeah.
You know the people. Some people in Yoruba, right? That's a part of Yoruba. You know they're Israelites, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, you know that. You know that, or are you disagreeing with me?
No, I know that.
You know that? All right. So knowing that, what should you be doing?
What should I be doing?
Yeah.
As
an Israelite.
Guys. Okay, depends on. I don't know much about your culture, but I do know that within your culture, everybody has their various roles. I believe like the women in the culture have specific roles that they're supposed to abide by, as well as the men. They're meant to lead and do all the providing and things of the sort.
I mean, I didn't mean it so specifically, like either gender role. I meant like as an Israelite, somebody who descends from that nationality. What should you be doing?
Everybody has to just be informing the word about God.
Let me show you something. What do you got? Yes, let me show you something.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So, sister, when I asked you, like, what are you supposed to be doing? We have to keep the commandments of the Lord,
sister.
sister.
Be keeping the commandments of the
That's
Lord.
what you need to do.
So sorry, I didn't answer that.
It's cool. It's cool. I mean, we're out here for our people. We're not gonna just bang you over the head with the Bible. I'm just trying to help you out, right?
I know.
So I know y'all in a hurry. Can I get you a card real quick?
Yes, please.
Let me get you a card. Check us out though, right?
I will.
We got classes about everything.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Keep the commandments, sister. Right? That's crazy, man. And one thing I notice about women, a lot of their friends don't really be in their favor. That's something that's a little weird to me. A lot of their friends that they surround themselves with don't really be in their favor. Right. What's wrong with hearing about the Bible? What's wrong about hearing about God? Like, what is the problem? It's Saturday, right? Y'all are most likely off. I see you dressed up. You're not going to work like that 9 times out of 10. You ain't got nothing to do. You might as well hear about the Word of God. Right. I ain't gonna hold you here forever. I mean, I got stuff I want to do, right? It's Saturday. I'm not at work. Well, I'm at this work, but I'm about to leave this work pretty soon, right? I got things I want to do, so I'm not gonna hold you up. But in the meantime, let us bethink ourselves. Let us come back to our God. Let us do what we're supposed to be doing, right? Because just let's be honest. We know what you came down here for, right? We know what you came down here for. So knowing that, I'm not trying to stop you from having fun, but let us get on the right side of God.
Right.
Give me, what else are you to get?
I had the book of Micah, the second chapter.
I do want that. What are you holding right now?
Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. Then you also with the Deuteronomy 28.
What do you know? What is that though? That's Proverbs. What are you doing in Proverbs?
I'm looking at stuff that bad.
Okay, go. You funny, right? Just give me 1 John chapter 5. No, you on too many precepts. Give me 1 John. We're coming back to this. Give me 1 John chapter 5 verse 3, right? So I'm here for a good time, not a long time, right? And I know y'all are too. So within that, I would like to tell the Black, Spanish, and Native Americans on this side of the world, right, that we need to come back and love our God, right? That's what we need to do. Go ahead.
God, this is the book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Yeah.
That we keep his commandments.
This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. Ain't nobody saying you can't have fun. Ain't nobody saying you can't go out to one of these clubs or do whatever, right? But within that, still maintain your love towards the Father.
Right.
And that requires action, not just saying you love somebody. Because if you, like, say from a woman's standpoint, right? If a man said he loves you and he beats you, is he really love you? No, he doesn't, right? If a man says he loves you and does nothing for you, does he really love you? No. In that same fashion, that's how you should be with your Father, right? Show him that you love him. When his law says don't do this, don't do that. Be obedient. That's not a hard thing. You can still go to the club and do all those things, but within that, be obedient to your Father. That's what we're trying to give our people. Go ahead.
Right. And his commandments are not grievous.
And that's what that means about the obedience. It shouldn't grieve you to do the right thing. That's all we want our people to do out here when we come out here. Do the right thing. You can do the right thing no matter wherever you go. That's why Deuteronomy 4, verse 5. And then we're going to go back into this, right?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me.
So the Lord taught us laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
In the land whether you go to possess it. So like I said, y'all can do what y'all want out here. Nobody's saying you can't have fun, but when you go there, make sure you maintain the wisdom. Don't run from your wisdom. Don't be making excuses to run from your wisdom. Don't make excuses to transgress the laws of your God. We've been doing that forever, and that's why we went through everything that's on this sign right here that it took me 2 days to make, right? That's why all these things happen, right? So go back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. Like I said earlier, where is the prophecy about the Hamites and the Japhites waking up and calling themselves Israelites? There's not one, right? And going back to the small hats, they're waiting on this Messianic age, right? Now here's the problem with that, like I said earlier. There's only two positions the Israelite can be in. They can be on top of it, the top of the world, or at the bottom. So let's read Deuteronomy 20, verse 1.
Come. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I commanded this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Above all nations of the earth.
So that's one position. That's their best position. Go ahead. Now go to 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So these are the two states an Israelite can be in, right? They claim to be Israelites. They claim to be Jews, right? There's only two states you can be in. If you're waiting for the Messianic age or you're waiting for your Messiah, that means you have to be in captivity currently. Y'all can't be walking with the Lord currently. So we have a problem. If y'all were in captivity, why? If y'all are in captivity, number one, who are y'all in captivity to? And why does everybody help y'all? And why are y'all damn near at the epicenter of everything?
Right.
Hell, look at world news right now. These people just got attacked by Iran. Wait a minute. I thought if you were in your land, you were safe from the evil beasts round about you. How does that happen? How does that happen? So give me Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Give me Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. You give me Ezekiel 34, where it talks about the evil beast, where they'll be safe from the evil beast. This is the problem that I have. Christians want to get on the internet and talk about the Hebrew Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans not being Israel, but these people who you allow to be called Israelites, right, don't go through anything the Israelites will go through. They don't fit none of the prophecies. They don't go through nothing that we go through. And you see the people who are trying to get out of their captivity, trying to get out of their downtrodden state, are actually doing what the Israelites are supposed to be doing in captivity. So y'all want to talk about us not being Israelites? Why do we fit Deuteronomy 30? Why do we fit 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 47? That's a problem, right? Give me this.
God, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Yeah.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Yeah. Works and tribulation, right? They're not going through tribulation. No, they're not at all. Right? They're not going through the type of tribulation to where, say you live in a bad side of town and you want to go take your kids and enroll them in the schools over there on the good side of town. You can't do that, because if you do that, you'll be arrested. Matter of fact, I said this a while back, a few years ago, a woman tried to do that in Oklahoma and got jail time. That's tribulation. All these things we see right here is tribulation. All the things we see that the black, Spanish, and Native Americans go through, the whole stick, right? All the tribes go through, that's tribulation. These people wearing these small hats, Richmond damn Saturn, don't go through that. Let's be honest. Right? Go ahead.
God, but thou art rich.
Why are we rich? Because the kingdom is ours. You saw Mashiach Yahushai, who y'all call Jesus. He says this, the kingdom is within you. What does that mean? You can manifest it. And how do you manifest it? By doing the same thing the Hebrew Israelites are doing right now. That's why we are rich. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews And are not.
Which are what?
And are not.
So if I know according to the Bible, there's going to be a people who say they're Jews and are not, that should trigger something into your mind, right? Somebody's an impostor. Oh, they think it's us. Okay, that's fine. Why do we fit the curses of Deuteronomy and Leviticus 26? Why are we doing what the Israelites are supposed to be doing? What's up? Why are we doing what the Israelites are supposed to be doing in Deuteronomy 30 and 1 Kings chapter 8? That's why I'm saying, where's the prophecy where the Hamites or the Cushites or the what else they call Canaanites and the Japhites will come to realize that they're Israelites? Where is that at? It doesn't exist.
Right.
But what I do know, according to the Bible, is that according to Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, somebody would be an imposter. Somebody will be in the. Give me hold this. It's the same book. Ezekiel 7, verse 24. Somebody will be an imposter. Somebody will not be going through tribulation. Somebody will be lying their ass off and occupy the land of the Israelites. Give me this.
The book of Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, the 24th verse.
Yeah.
Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen.
You'll do what?
Bring the worst of the heathen.
Who is the worst of the heathen? The Edomites.
Right.
Namely, a tribe of them, the Amalekites. You see in Exodus 17, 15 through 16, the Lord will have war with Amalek forever.
That's right.
That's the G&T version of that. So he will fight against the Amalekites forever. So how do we not put two and two together? You know why we can't put two and two together? Talking to Christians and Christian apologists, y'all don't have the Holy Spirit. That's why y'all teach against the law. That's why y'all teach against somebody trying to keep the law. That's why you don't understand things like that. And secondly, because you eat bananas with two hands, right? But that's besides the point. Bring this back out.
Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pump of the strong to cease.
And that's us. He'll make the pump of the strong to cease, because we were pompous in our land, thinking just because we have our temple here, nothing's going to happen. You see in Jeremiah chapter 7, where he says, where you saw Israel saying, the temple are these, thinking the Lord was with us, right? But he said, no, don't do that. Remember what happened in Shiloh. What happened in Shiloh? There's a great slaughter, a grand slaughter in Shiloh for Israelites transgressing the Lord's laws. So since we transgressed the Lord's laws again and again and again, now we went through this chattel slavery, and through the passage of time went through all of these things that I have outlined on this sign. That's how our pomp has ceased. That's how we've been brought down, right? That's how the glory of Israel has been dropped down to hell. We fell from heaven in that way, right? You can go back to what you were going to go back to, right? Bring this back out.
For the top.
Just bring it back from top.
Gone. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and 9. Bring it up. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Yeah.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews,
yeah,
and are not.
And are what?
And are not.
And are not, right? They're say what? And are the what?
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So somebody will be the synagogue of Satan. So let's think about it like this, right? They'll say we fit this. We are the people being imposters, but it says they're going to be the synagogue of Satan. What does Satan do? No, Satan opposes. Hashatan means the opposer, the adversary, right? Who's really being the adversary? Right? Who's really being the adversary means you're adverse.
Right.
We're adverse to the Father. It's them. They don't keep the laws. Christians don't keep the laws. Right? That's how you show allegiance to the Father and show faith, by keeping the laws.
Right.
That's how you show fear towards the Father. Right?
Right.
That's how you do that. But if you're against that means you're what? You're Hashatan towards the Father. So who's the synagogue of Satan? Right? All the people call themselves small hats.
Right.
And the Christians who agree with them. Y'all all fall under the same banner. That's why you see the storks you see in Zechariah the 14th chapter. Right? That's small hats and Christians. What's going on? What does that mean, sister? Let's talk about how we different black people. Come on, sister. Let's talk about it though. How we different black people? What does that mean? You're not religious? How are we religious? What do we do as religious? We believe in a culture. We believe in a culture. We're not religious. Yeah, we're living in a certain type of culture.
What's the culture?
The Israelites.
Oh, Israelites.
What
Oh,
y'all do? Israelites, what?
Say that again.
I said, what y'all do?
What do? We keep the laws of our Father, the commandments. It's really simple, right? Just like how you see things like, have you heard of thou shalt not kill?
Yeah, I know that one.
We try to teach our people that because once one thing that's hurting us as a nation, we're hating and killing each other.
Yeah, I know that too.
Like you heard black on black crime?
Yeah, I heard of that.
Doesn't
so
that?
Y'all stopping that?
We stopping that. You looking at people who used to be ex-gang members, ex-drug dealers. We stopped all that to do this.
One thing I do, I always got my faith in black men. So y'all are the leaders of the world.
That's right. And that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to lead our people to the promised land.
I know that's different because y'all have different ways of how y'all think of black women. What you think about black women?
I love black women.
What's your black thought about how we're dressed and our things? Because I've heard y'all saying, come on, just tell the truth, be honest.
Well, I'll say it like this.
According to your way, according to your Bible.
Well, we believe women should dress modestly.
like Muslims?
No, not Muslims.
Oh.
No, not like Muslims. But we just believe.
But they like looking at it, I'm sure.
It just.
Oh, now you better not say you did or not.
Well, sister, let me address that though.
Okay.
We want to tell our women, we want them to dress how they want to be addressed, right? When you see a harlot out on the street, right, or somebody like selling their body, a lot of our women are wearing clothes exactly like them. And our women want a high value man, right? Like you would want a high value man, right?
The thing is, though,
Hold on, let me finish real quick. I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna say this real quick. Our women want a high value man, but a high value man don't want this girl out here looking like that.
That's true.
That's what we're trying to teach our people.
It's just clothes. And God says, when I see your flesh, you only see what's in your heart.
But we're talking about
choice. But is that the way I was just taught?
But we're talking about choice of a man, though.
Huh?
We're talking about the choice of a man.
Oh, okay.
So just like this, like say you have a house, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, like say you have a house, right? Yeah. That's something. That's your sanctuary. I go here to rest, right? If everybody has access to a house, is it really your house, though?
If I have access to my house,
I said if everybody in the world could have access to your house and see what's in there and do whatever, right?
No,
that's not your house.
It'd be my house. It'd be their house.
It'd be their house. That's how we feel about.
That's just like when you walk in public. This is for everybody.
Yeah.
But your house is yours.
Yeah.
If you pay your rent.
Yeah.
Don't the Bible says to enter a man's house, he must first bind the man.
That's if they want to break up the house. They want to break into the house. But sister, I want to deal with that though. I know, sister. I want to deal with that though. I want to deal with my analogy that I made with that. That's how we feel towards our women when they come outside with no clothes on. You everybody's girl then.
That's okay, is that your
yeah, and that would be the opinion of a high value man though. That's the thing.
But I also know that a man that'll meet a woman dressed like her will be okay with her when he met her and they had a relationship, say if he's in 6 months later. Now he got a problem with what she got. Why would you put that
I wouldn't say
on?
that. I wouldn't say that though, sister. I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say it because you different. You understand? You're different because you're learning the way you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's the point I'm trying to say.
I understand your point. I'm just saying that you understand what my point.
Well, let her go real quick. She ain't got to talk yet.
I want to know what is the definition of a high value man? You know,
a high value man. How I would see it, right? See, the thing is with a high value man, it doesn't matter how I see that though, because a high value would be like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So what a high value man would like comprise of is something that you would want in a man, like how he would have status, he'd be able to take care of you, take care of the kids, have a job, do things like that, right? That's up to you.
Right, but so what is my definition of a high value man? Is a man that don't judge. What if that's my definition of a high value man?
I mean, then that's you.
Not their way, though.
But that's not all men though.
Judge because if you're not walking in the way y'all believe, then it's not right. Is what y'all saying. Huh?
Hold on, I say that again. Say that one time.
I said if you're not walking in the way of your belief, then it's not right.
Well, I can say that. Yeah, I can say that. I can say that.
That's just important to everybody. If the way the Bible's read, the Bible's written in the word of a man from history of the way Jesus or God supposedly put it, but a man wrote it. God said that I build a man in my image. Ain't that what the Bible says? That I build man in my image.
I don't know about that.
In the image of me.
Oh, you talking about like we're created in God's image? That just means to be a ruler. That just means to be a ruler.
Right.
That's something. See, if I was going to explain what a high value man is, it would be that to be a ruler, like a king, a king or a ruler.
Are leaders.
Yeah, and a king guides the nation, correct?
Right.
So
but it can't be no one man that rules everybody.
Well, it's always been that way, though. It's always been that way. There weren't multiple kings. There was kings. There was one king, right? Now, I feel like if I was going to explain what a high value man is, it would be that. Because you want to say like a man shouldn't judge, or you would want a man that shouldn't judge. That's something you shouldn't want. Because that's somebody who will let you do it. That's somebody who will let you walk off a cliff and not care, right? That's not true love. Because give me Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Let me show you something, right? Let me show you how the Bible describes what love is.
Leviticus, the 19th chapter, 17.
Yeah, because I always wanted to know.
You want 16 first?
Yeah. No, 17.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Yeah.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So I can't hate you in my heart, and any wise I have to rebuke my neighbor. That means to correct. So in biblical terms, that would be like judging. Like if I see you going off, like say if I saw you in the street right there, right? And I see a car coming, I'm not gonna be like, oh, just get up out of the street, just don't do that. No, I'm saying get the hell up out of the street because this car's coming. I'm trying to save your life. Right. That's how a king is supposed to be with his nation, right? They're supposed to guide their nation. They're responsible for their lives. They have to what? Tell them how they need to live so that they maintain life. Yeah. That's how a husband's supposed to be with their wife. Right. That's what you should strive for. You shouldn't want no man that's gonna let you walk outside doing whatever, or letting his kids do whatever. That man don't care. Yeah. That's what I view a high value man is. Give me 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 3. Watch this.
What about a regular man? You got a regular man in there?
It's a book.
High value man. What about a regular man?
I love my people. I love. See, y'all talk about black women. I love black women. I love black women.
Y'all got regular men in there?
But hold up, sister. Before y'all go, I want y'all to hear this though real quick. Go ahead.
The regular man, he's ain't got high value man.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 1.
What do he do?
Now the days of David drew nigh, that he should die. And he charged Solomon, his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. So David is the king, right? King David, right? He's about to die. This is the information he's telling his son before he dies. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man. So show yourself to be a man. That's about to show you how that is. Go ahead.
That's what his daddy said.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God. To walk in his ways. To keep his statutes. And his commandments. And his judgments. And his testimonies. As it is written in the law of Moses. That you may what? That thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest. So what King David told King Solomon is, to show yourself to be a man, start walking after God's ways. Right? That you'll prosper in all you do. Because if you do that, the Lord's going to be with you, right? If the Lord's with that man, he's going to be with who? His children and his wife.
But that's a high man.
Yeah, that's a high level man.
But why is a low level?
You want a low level, you want to take the lesser.
I mean, no, but what do they do?
I thought we talking about we take the most, not the lesser, man. This is Texas.
I mean, but what do they do?
That's what I'm
saying. What do the lesser man do, and what's the difference between a lesser man and a higher man?
What's that? He's trying to be a greater man,
That's it. That's what I did.
He's trying to be a greater man.
Exactly, because first he had to be a lower man to become a greater man.
That's how Solomon was at that point.
I'm just asking the question.
I know. I love y'all, man.
Because first of all, because you have people that failed or lost things, and then they become lesser than what they were when they first started. But then they have to have faith in something. And then you grow. Become back a greater man.
That metamorphosis, right? That's what we're trying to do to our people. Metamorphosis. That means that change.
I understand what
But yeah, sister, can I get y'all a card though? Y'all get them a card. Get them a card. I know. But yeah, right? We gotta get. Hey, look, man. We gotta get the most, not the lesser, man.
Right.
Because I'll tell you this, I'm not taking a lesser woman. Right.
That's right.
Hell no. What's up? Go ahead. Go ahead.
the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, the 11th verse.
Yeah.
And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
He said what?
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
He's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. And that's really imperative. That's really imperative to the time period that we're in right now. Because people take that, oh, he's going to make a man precious, like, oh, he's going to literally be like gold, he's going to be like this. That's talking about people dying. That's what people don't understand. People's going to be dying in this day, right? And you know how gold is rare, you're not going to see it a lot, right? You go look in the ground, you find stones, you find clay, right? But after a while, you find what? Gold. That's something that's rare and precious. You don't see that nowhere. That's what's going to be happening at this time. Men are going to be dying. That's why you want a high value man, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna let that pass. That's why I started this off by saying, like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? If you want the lesser man, a lesser man's gonna be a high value man to you, right? But somebody who can take care of you, who can take care of you physically, emotionally, spiritually, do the same thing with the kids, you're not gonna see that everywhere. And you're gonna take that lesser man because he's easier to you, right? That's comfortable to you, right? That's why you want things like that. You don't want that. You don't want to be changed. You don't want to be guided. So with that, when you get that lesser man, you're gonna be looking for things like that. You're gonna be looking for, I want him to take care of me and the kids and stuff like that. But you're not gonna get that. Why? Because you chose the lesser man. That's the thing. That's why I brought it to the point of how I look at a high value man as somebody you see before you, right? We go through our life having to reject everything we know, having to reject everything that people around us believe in, have to reject even ourselves to follow after the God we say we believe in. That's why I consider us a high value man. Anybody out here keeping these commandments is a high value man. That's right. And that's what the Lord has called us to be. But our women love this. They love the lesser because they're easy to rule over. That's why I heard somebody say this earlier. Black women be the main people who's like eight times out of 10 to date down, so they can maintain control in the relationship, because they didn't grow up with their father and they don't want to end up like their mother who made a bad decision to choose that man. Right. That's why they do things like that, which is more evident that we're Israelites. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. That's something people don't ever pay attention to. Why do black women date down? A woman to have a 6-figure job, right? That same woman to be on the internet talking about they want a man to match their money, but they'll date down because they can maintain the power dynamic in a relationship, right? Go ahead.
Con, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Yeah.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
So the wife of his bosom, right? Going to domestic issues. Go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children.
Yeah.
Which he shall leave.
Towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Who fits that? That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We fit that. Showing you, because we already talked about earlier, there's going to be an imposter, right? There's going to be somebody pretending to be a Jew, but we fit that. It's probably less than 1% of people leaving their children over there in Israel. Let's be honest, right? People who call themselves Jews, it's probably less than 1%. Y'all are not fitting that. But the black people over here are fitting that. The point of me bringing this up is, right, because you have women, like I said earlier, women who date down so they can maintain the power dynamic, right? They do that because their mother chose a man, they chose the lesser man. And they had to deal with the curses because of it.
Right.
So what they do psychologically, without them even paying attention, they date down so they can maintain the power dynamics. Like, well, nigga, you can't say nothing to me.
Right.
Because I make more money than you. That's why they do that. Other nations not doing that. They want to, like, you get an East Indian, right? An East Indian who was a doctor, right? He wants his daughter to marry what? A doctor, or an engineer, or somebody who manages digital assets. They don't do that, but our women do that because of that curse of the man leaving the household. If that man was a high value man, right, she wouldn't even be thinking like that. Because that high value man is going to force, because a woman realizing she has a high value man is going to force her to automatically submit. So she remains in her femininity. So if she remains in her femininity, what is her daughter going to be like? We heard about it in Ezekiel, right? As the mother is, so is the daughter.
Right.
So if the mother living her life in her femininity, so is the daughter.
Right.
That's why that happened. That's why our women say, "Oh, where's the lesser man at?" That's why that entire thing happened right there. Because of the curse, they run so deep. Right? Go ahead.
God, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
They're what?
Children are their oppressors.
And we see that now, right? Children are our oppressors. How are children our oppressors? Bro, there's some parts of town you can't even go through because here come these little kids out here. Now they got guns. Listen to O Block. Listen to freaking Moneybag Yo. You listen to Young Boy, right? And D-Lo, right? But mostly NBA Young Boy, right? Talking about they're going to beat the case. A lot of these niggas they're not beating the case, right? They're not beating the goddamn case. and they oppress entire portions of town. That's how children are our oppressors. Go ahead.
And women rule over them.
And what?
And women rule over them.
Because of that power dynamic that I just mentioned. Because of Deuteronomy 28 verse 54. That's how women rule over us. That wasn't happening back in the day. This is a prophecy. That wasn't happening back in the day. A woman couldn't even talk to a man like she talks to a man now. Right? You go to other countries, hell, Dubai. Y'all tell me, show me a woman over there walking around with pants talking to a man, how she talks to a man over here in America. That's not happening. Bitch, you're going to the gallows, right? Let's be honest. I'm gonna be quite honest. You're going to the gallows. But you know where that's acceptable at? Here and Europe. What does here and Europe have in common? They have the Edomites ruling.
Right.
That's why we have that. That's why women rule over us. Because of that damn dynamic. And the thing about it like this too. I see men on like the red pill stuff and stuff like that. I understood it at first, but when you step back and take yourself out of it, you really realize this. Every problem a woman has is because of the man. Every single one of them. The way they have these ridiculous standards, the way they talk to men, why they do all those things is because of the sorry men that they chose to deal with. For the sorry examples of men, the sorry example of their father, right? And the curse is all combined in one. That's why a woman just in general, they're meant to meant to follow the leadership of somebody. If our example, we'll follow the example of somebody. If our example's messed up, we're showing ourselves to be horrible, what are they gonna do? Now I'm gonna turn to the white man. You ever notice how all these black women who deal with white men, there's always some trauma there somewhere. It's always, I got done bad by Tyrone, so now I'm about to turn to Josh over here. That's why to Cody over here, right? That's why they do things like that. It's always been like that. There's a reason for all that, and it's our fault. And the faster we get ourselves right, have standards for ourselves, have standards for our women, that's when our women will get in order. Black women aren't just running away to stay away. That's not what they want. They're waiting for us to get ourselves correct. And once we get ourselves correct as men, that's when they're going to be flocking back and falling into their femininity. That's right. We can't just keep blaming everything on men, on women. At some point, we have to realize we cause all these things. They just want to talk about, all these women on OnlyFans. Well, hell, there's men paying for it. There's all these women on Fansly. Men are paying for it. That's why that exists. And what's the catalyst to all that? Y'all continue to pay for it. It's men's fault. So when we get ourselves correct, we change ourselves and walk in the example how we should. Give me that 1 Kings again. Follow the example that David told his son Solomon, the wisest man on the planet, right? If we walk after that example, that's when they're going to come back and fall in line. And only then. Go ahead.
1 Kings chapter 2 and 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and shew thyself a man.
Yeah.
And keep the charge of Yahweh thy God to walk in his ways, to keep his commandments, to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses.
Yeah.
That thou mayest prosper.
That my mayest what?
That thou mayest prosper.
Yeah.
In all that thou doest.
Prospering in all that thou doest. That's going into your dating life as well. That's not just a house. That's not just your money. That's going into the women that you deal with. then you will prosper. You see that? How if we be the example, we will that don't mean just, everybody want to just try to like make the Bible all mystical and stuff like that. Oh, that just means, oh, it's going to be good for you. No, it said you'll prosper in all things. Prosperity is the same thing as blessed, well off, right? That's why our women are messed up, right? So when we get ourselves right, then they're going to get themselves right. Y'all brothers and Israelites, man. Hold on, we good.
It's the book of Hosea, the 1st chapter, the 10th verse.
Yeah.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
So check this out, right? We're going back into what I was going to earlier, right? About how if we're not the Israelites, why are we fitting the prophecies about the Israelites coming back to the Father? Go ahead and get this.
Which cannot be measured nor
numbered. Read it from the top.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Yeah.
Which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where I said unto them, you are not my people.
Yeah, you are not my people. What? If you're not the children of Israel, if you're not being called an Israelite, when you are Israelite, that makes you what? A Gentile. We saw that in 1st and 2nd Maccabees, how we had to conform our ways to the manners of the Gentiles and call ourselves Grecians. Just like how we do in America. We call ourselves black. We call ourselves African American. We call ourselves African. But that's not our actual nationality because we've been discontinued from it through transgressions. Go ahead.
Yeah. It shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
It shall be what?
You are the sons of the living God.
So in the place where it said to you that you're a Gentile, that you're nothing, that you're a Hamite, right? That you're a Canaanite or a Cushite, for if you're a small hat, right? Or a Japheth if you were Hispanic or anybody that's Latino, right? The place where you've been called that, you're going to be called an Israelite. You know why you're called an Israelite? Because of Deuteronomy 30. Give me Deuteronomy 30. Stay where you at. Stay where you at. We're coming right back to that. Go ahead.
Gone.
30 and 1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
Yeah. The blessing and the curse, when they come upon, that means you look upon those. Deuteronomy 28 is opened up for the people. That's what this is. That's when you come back to realizing you're an Israelite. Go ahead.
Which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations where the Yahweh thy God have driven thee.
Which of the Yahweh thy God have driven thee, when you're not inside of your land, when you're not prospering. You look at Deuteronomy 23 and you come back to the Father. We fit that. Micah 2 verse 13 in NLT, it talks about the Messiah saving you from captivity, right? So the Israelites will be in captivity until then.
Right.
Those people over there in the land, they're not Israelites. They don't fit that. You're not in captivity.
God, verse 2. And shall return unto Yahweh thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I commanded this day.
Yeah.
Thou and thy children
Yeah.
with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity.
Yeah, so do what?
Will turn thy captivity.
He'll turn thy captivity. He'll save you out of captivity, right? We're waiting on that. The true Jews are waiting on that. Their captivity to be turned. But what's the catalyst of that? Them waking up due to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Y'all want to try to dismiss that like that's just something that, oh, he really just made that up. No, we didn't make that up. That's Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter.
That's right.
We are doing that. So go back to Hosea chapter 1. Go ahead.
Where you want it? Like 11?
Yeah.
Verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
No, wait a minute. When they come back, when they realize who they are and come back to their nationality, start keeping the laws, then both kingdoms are put back together, right? So when you see right here on the chart how we have both kingdoms right here, these are the people calling themselves Israelites coming back to their God. We see Hosea 1 being fulfilled. But if we're not the Israelites, why is this happening? That's questions you have to ask, right? Go ahead.
And appoint themselves one head.
Yeah.
And they shall come up out of the land.
Yeah.
For great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Shall be what?
Great shall be the day of Jezreel.
The Lord's planting, right? The Lord's planting. He's the husband, man. He's the husbandman. He planted this seed, the actual true children of Israel. So they'd realize who they were in a land where they forgotten who they were, come back to their God, start keeping the commandments, right? both tribes of the whole stick comes back together, and then they anoint themselves one head, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, under the banner of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's what these people are doing, not your Christian church. Y'all united under the Catholic and Nicene creeds. That's what y'all are united under. It's not under a nation. Y'all are not that holy nation that Peter was talking to. Hold up, what you got?
I got, we're going to call ourselves Israel.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, the 44th chapter, the 4th verse. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord and surname himself the name of Israel.
So what?
The name of Israel.
Surname themselves the name of Israel, right? That's what we are doing. We are the people coming back. We are fulfilling these prophecies. These people are not fulfilling these prophecies, right? Is it so? What? Yes. Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, the 33rd verse.
Right.
And thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Yeah.
And all that took them captives held them fast.
So they what?
All that took them captives held them fast.
So it's the north country or Babylon, right? Babylon didn't have the northern kingdom in captivity. This is talking about a future Babylon, the one we see in the book of Revelation, right? That's what this is. And that both tribes will be, not both tribes, both kingdoms will be there, the southern and the northern kingdom.
Right.
That gives us more validity to our breakdown in Hosea chapter 1 about how Judah and Israel shall anoint themselves one head, be united under who? Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and being saved from that place. Keep going.
I'm sorry, I was clapping.
No, there was more on that.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry that I dropped. I'm sorry. Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. All that held them captives fast, they refused to let them go.
Yeah.
The Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name.
The Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. In Isaiah 59 verse 20, it says the Redeemer shall come to Zion and to those who transgress in Jacob, right? That's coming to Israel. That's who he's sending that Redeemer to, and the Redeemer is the Redeemer is that one head that's over both tribes who they're united under, and that's what we're doing. That's what the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are doing collectively. So we're fitting that. There is no prophecy about the Hamites, the Cushites, the Canaanites, the damn Japhites calling themselves Israelites and starting to keep the law. That's not there. We only see Israelites doing that. So if we're not the Israelites, why are we fitting this? Why are the people who you call Israelites not fitting this? Where's the northern kingdom? They can't even prove that they're even Jews, right? They can't do none of that. But they get to do that free of charge, right? Nobody says anything. Everybody protects them. And they turn a blind eye to genocide in the country, right? I don't want to get too deep in that because I don't want YouTube, right? They turn a blind eye to all of that and get to say and do whatever they want. Hell, damn near believe exactly what we believe in, unchecked. But y'all have to say something to us. You know what that's called? That's called this. Reginald, get this on the camera, right? That's what this is called. The people who wear small hats believe damn near the same thing we believe in as far as captivity, as far as slaves, as far as servants, right? They don't have no problem with what they say or believe in, but when we do it, it's a problem. It's because of this right here, right? It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it.
Right.
So you know what? Fuck them, right? We gonna do what we do. That's right. That's right, man. But with that, I'm gonna say call Allah Yahweh. Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai and say Shalom.